How's it going? Welcome to Trek Mods live stream. I got the little model here. Let's see, get it in frame. So I got the Enterprise D 2500 scale, and I'm converting it into an original series, sort of Galaxy class, old school. We got here. Hey, we got Cam. Hey, Cam, how's it going, bro? So, let's try to have a little bit of fun with this. So here's my nacelle here. So where's my tip? So I got my got it all smoothed off, the bottom and the top. You're doing all right, Cam. Doing all right. And made this sort of clear piece. I trimmed off the tip here so it looks more like the old one, more like the original. So it's gonna go there. It's gonna be red. Just get it to sit in there for a second. There we go. So got that. Let me just adjust my lighting here for a second. That's a little better. Okay, so to make that red, so what I did here was I tried to emulate that back fin part, or that back exhaust part here. I've got 7 viewers.
So I just don't want to walk past the camera either. I was trying to look at your monitor to see if it was on.
Oh yeah, it's on. It doesn't matter.
Well, I don't want to. So.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm not really crazy about the way this looks. I tried to carve those. Tried to sort of carve those ridges in there with a file and a blade. But I'm not crazy about that. The way this scoops down, I'd like that to be more. I'd like that to be flatter, right? It's more sort of like a tube, and then I'm gonna have to put like. It won't be a sphere because we'd have like those white spheres in there, so we're not gonna have that. But I'll put something similar to what I made here in the rear end. But what I think I'm gonna try to do right now is I'm gonna cut this off, and I'm gonna remake this out of a piece of my ridged plastic there. It already has the ridges in it. Just gotta get a piece. So I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna cut a strip off this. Make sure it goes that way. I'll use the Sonic Saber for this. Forgive the noise when you run it up against the ruler. It sort of shrieks a little bit. Don't like that. So, how's everybody doing tonight? I hope having a nice Saturday afternoon. I decided to stream a little earlier today, thinking that maybe more of my friends would have a chance to tune in. Everybody's usually busy later on, or if normally I start at 11 on Saturdays, but I find that's a little late. A lot of people that probably would like to watch, maybe not necessarily getting a chance to see because it's too late, or Saturday night, people have better things to do than sit here and watch me play with models. So what I want to try to do is mold this around. And it's gonna have a seam, so that'll be down there. I'll try to hide. I could put it right there on the edge. Maybe I'll do it there. So let's see, how much am I gonna need? No, I bent it there and I made a crease. That's what I didn't want to happen. I'm gonna have to start over. Hey, we got Tony here. Tony from Fat Man's Kitchen. How's it going, Tony? Thanks for dropping by, buddy. And we got it's 10, well, 8. It was 10. We had 10 people. I was about to say hi in the comments, whoever's watching. Let me know what's going on. If anybody else is working on anything cool today. I want to trim this right at the line here. So Tony says going pretty good. Got my defiler kit finished, right on. Varnishing tonight. I was looking at your photos there you posted. Pretty cool looking little figures you're making. Might start printing a Contemptor Dreadnought. Oh, painting a Contemptor Dreadnought. All right. What's that? Some kind of dreadnought usually means a ship of some sort. Some kind of ship. It's also a shape of a guitar. Oh, this stupid soft pad sucks. It's like really flimsy, so when you go to press in, it sort of sinks in and has a hard time cutting. So just get my old one back. This one's more rigid. All right, there we go. Yeah. All right, there. I got a nice smooth line. Okay, so I'm going to warm this with my heat gun here. So I'm going to mute. You won't hear this because this thing's loud. A dreadnought is a 40K. A dreadnought in 40K is a walking weapons platform that wounded veteran space marines. Veterans are interred in. Oh, okay. So that's that table game you're talking about, right? 40K. That sounds cool. There's Bricks and Sprues. There's Keith. Hey Keith, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Formerly known as Casey's Model Mayhem. So Keith's gonna start getting into Lego kits and other stuff, so more plastic models and things like that. So go check out Bricks and Sprues, you guys, when you have a chance. And Tony says yes. Correct. All right. Excellent. Okay, so I'm trying to bend this around here and get this profile. So if I can hold this and get cool a little bit. Keith says that Helen says hi to Mary and I. Hello, Helen. How are you this evening? Don't worry about that. Just the sound of my microwave. Just soaking myself up some extra radiation. You know. All right. So. Oh, that really chewed up the power. Go. Just let that cool a little bit. Try to keep its form. So Tony says, yeah, because the dreadnought has a flamethrower, and I'm attempting a fire effect, like actual fire. Put a butane lighter in it, one of those torches. That would be cool. Scooby Doofus. How's it going, Scooby Doofus? I like your name. That's pretty cool. Have you tried an electric kettle and a dish of boiling water to soften your styrene? No, I haven't tried that. This isn't styrene. This is like this lenticular plastic from one of these pictures here with the ridges on it. So it doesn't exactly behave the same as styrene. Using cotton balls as a start, Tony says. Yeah, I used cotton balls. I tried that once. I tried the fire effect one time on my model of the Enterprise D exploding over Viridian 3. And I used cotton balls and an airbrush, and I got a little flames on there. So 2500 scale, actually the same model kit as this one right here. 2500 scale Enterprise D. So I was trying, I had this cut out and I was trying to make it so it could separate and then connect back with magnets again. But I didn't, I had to make this part and I had to make this top neck part, and I didn't really make it perfect enough so my magnets wouldn't reconnect. And I was going to scrap the project, and I decided, you know what, since I can't reconnect, I'll do separated, and I'll do the Enterprise D exploding. I wonder if I can find that. Let me see. How do I do this? Still learning how to navigate this stuff here. Let me see. Aha. So, here's a picture of the model. Scooby Doofus says, fire effects. Years ago, I made a latex Ghost Rider mask using cotton and latex LEDs and paint. That sounds really cool, man. So, yep, there's the. It's too bad I didn't know how to add more pictures. But there's my first attempt at trying the fire effect. And that's this same exact model that we're seeing right here. It's not meant to be lit, so I made those chiller grills myself, and I carved out the inside here and just tried to light that. I made the little impulse and drilled out all the windows and made the little arboretum thing. Yeah. Oh, what did I do here? Why do I got this? No. Sorry, just hold on a second. Hold on a second. I don't, could add more than one picture or what? We can only add one picture at a time? Yeah. Let's try doing it this way. Cam says, great effect, did a good job. Thanks, Cam. Okay, so how do I flip through the pictures? Only the one picture added? Oh well. Okay, there we go. I'll remove that. Go back to what is it? Amateur. There. Amateur. All right. Back to this. So yeah, anyone that's just tuning in now, here's my so I've cut the flare parts off the sides here. I carved out my shuttle bay area. I added some material to the sides to make it. This is bent too. I heated this and I bent it inwards a little bit. Made this neck bit here. And this is all filled, all these window bits here. They're all filled in and smoothed out. The only thing I couldn't figure out is how to make that inward scoop right there on the bottom of the original Enterprise. So we got that. Here's my top. So you can see I've got those 4 bits carved out for the. Here's my upper deck. So that's going to have another shuttle bay in it. And that's the plastic I'm using right now, trying to go around the end of the nacelle. And then for my bridge dome, I've got the shuttle bay piece from the Excelsior kit, which I didn't use, and made a little dome in there, cut some windows out, because even though this is an original era ship, it's still bigger, so I imagine they're going to have that sort of recreation area or lounge or something like that, right? Similar to what they have on the refit Enterprise. So there, so I added some material to the lip here so I could get that beveled angle. There we go. And this is just a piece of flat styrene bent around into the shape I wanted. Let's see if I can. Yeah. There we go. There, that's all nice and smooth. I filed it and I filled it. It needs to be light blocked. Obviously, you can see the light shining through there. All right, now let's see if I can get this wrapping around, cut at the right size. All right, so I want to cut this right here. So that's just to have a mark. So this is really tough to cut. And the hot water method of heating this stuff to bend it doesn't really work. So I'm doing this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this around, try to get the shape I want, and then I'm going to cut off what I've carved. I'm going to get rid of that and then apply this piece onto it. Where's me pen? There's me pen. Where's me pen? Okay, so I'm going to mark it here. I'll be able to see that with my pen, but I'm going to need to go a couple of lines in because It needs to be just a little bit smaller than the outside because I want it to be in a little bit. Just kind of roll it. All right, so now I'm going to remove the tail there. I will leave the extra little bit. So thick right there. Alex here. How's it going, Alec? Andrew goes on at 9, so I'm going early tonight. 11's a little, starting at 11's a little bit late, I find. So I'm trying from 6 until 9 tonight to see if more people from our group and from my friends get a chance to watch. Because a lot of the guys in HTM don't really get a chance to watch me on Saturday. Not saying that they want to anyways, but just in case they did, they have a better opportunity now. Alright, so let me just get the fret leveling beam. Just give this a rub. Try to get that nice and even. There we go. So now if I can get this to get on there in just the right spot. I wonder if I should do it in 2 pieces. You know what? That'd probably be easier. I have a seam though. I don't want to. Well, this is rigid, so you might not notice the seam. I'm gonna try it like that. Might be easier to just loop that around. So do it separately. And then I'll try to join them. Yeah. Yeah, I'll try it like that. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to cut right here. So I'm just kind of making this up as I go along. Really, I had some plans and ideas, but some of the things I tried didn't work. So plan B is to come up with something on the fly. So I'll leave it just a little over so I can file it down to where I want it to be. Microsoft Setter. To me, a mark fit. Or do you not really do decals? I don't know what to me a mark fit is. Never heard of that one. I have microset and microsol. I've tried that. I've only done a few models, man, so my experience with decals is limited. And my experience with brand name products is even more limited. So every time I try doing decals, I always mess it up. It's something that I struggle with. It's a tough one for me. Decals and painting and the little finishing fine touch things. That's hard for me to get right. Captain Charlemagne's here. Finally. There we go. Captain on the bridge. I've been waiting to do that for a while. How you doing tonight, Jeff? Thanks for tuning in and checking it out. I don't know if you just got here. I just showed everything and explained what I was doing. So I'm trying to make the little back fins there from the back nacelles of the original Enterprise to go on my Enterprise D nacelles that I've severely modified. So I got rid of the chiller grills and I filled that in. It's all nice and smooth. So they're going to be smooth and round. Well, not round, but smooth, flat. I'll make those little tubes there that go on top. I'll make the one grill that goes on the inside. So right now I'm just trying to get that back fin piece. I'm just trying to figure out where I need to bend this. So just a little more this way. Pretty much like that. Jeff says, I did just got in, saw you were live and was interested. Has been looking forward to seeing this after you mentioned this project. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing this one for quite a while. And last week I wanted to join the HTM group stream there, but I didn't really have anything to work on because I've been working on the Cardassian Galler class, and my friend Donnie there over at Don's modeling desk printed me out some little Cardassian shuttles to go into my little shuttle bay, and now I can work on that next. But I got started on this and I was kind of into it, and I've been working on it all week. So there's my secondary hull, right? That's going to get the shuttle bay door. We got the neck. I haven't figured out how I'm going to make the deflector dish yet. I'll probably just take a piece of styrene and the first thing I'll do is try to form it, and then if that doesn't work, well, I'll try something else. Try something else. All right, so I'm going to glue this on so that I can trim it to the size I want. Just get the fret leveling beam. Keith says, I use Microset and Microsol. I have a bottle of Mark Fit my brother gave me, but have not used it yet. So was Mark Fit like a similar sort of thing that you put over your decals when they're applied to sort of try to protect them? Sounds like someone's driving around with a snow machine outside. I'm sure it's probably a motorcycle, but sounds like a snow machine. There's no snow yet. Unless you're just getting it ready for winter. They're sitting there revving it in the backyard. People do that around here sometimes. I'm not sure if they still have it, but they used to have this summertime snow machine drag race event. So what they would do is they would take all the snow that they plow from the roads and that and parking lots throughout the winter, and they would pile it in this big huge field with and they cover it in hay and tarps to keep it cold and frozen until summertime. And then about halfway through summer, they would spread that across the field and make a drag racing track for snowmobiles. Yeah, we got rednecks up here too. Canadian rednecks. Crazy. So Jeff says, thought about joining last week, but well, got a new phone, so need to get headphones so I'm not echoing. A star on that comment. Yeah, it's okay when you're by yourself, but you got somebody else on the stream there. Yeah, headphones are essential. Okay, I'm just gonna get a little bit more of my magic powder here. You guys laugh all you want, but it works for me. I don't have, ideally epoxy sculpt or something like that would be good. But so what I'm doing here is I'm just gonna put glue on the seam. And part of the reason I just buy these cheap little tubes is because I go through this glue like crazy. I probably used about 6 or 7 of these just on this little model. So I take a scoop of that and we just let it go across. Cam says, yeah, he remembers those drag race events. Yeah, they would do that out in Azilda, right? So there, that just kind of cements it into place and gives it a bit of reinforcement, right? It instantly dries the glue, turns it into like a hard plastic layer, which you can file and shape. So it's something I learned from working on guitars, repairing guitars and fixing things. You use that a lot to, if you got like a broken nut or like a bridge or something that just has a chip in it and you just need to fill it, you use that. It's Super strong, very resilient. All right, so now I got to try to cut this without snapping it off. That's where I'll use this. Oh, I should probably a little bit of plastic on there. I was getting pretty crazy with this thing last night, trying to cut through a big thick piece of plastic because I was trying to make this end. So I found this. It's really thick, and I was trying to cut this, but every time I cut through with this blade, it just melts itself back together. So I've successfully cut that square of it out, but I can't remove it because it automatically just seals back up. So I had to think of a different way, and I just took a couple thin pieces like this stuff here. So I just stacked up a couple layers of that and then carved out this solid bit right here. Jeff says, so question, the hull, did you cut both the 2500 TOS Enterprise and the D's secondary hulls? No, this is only the Enterprise D model. I don't have a TOS Enterprise model. Well, I have a 350 scale one that my good friend Ken sent me from Ken's Hobby Bench, which I'm gonna get building once I've improved my skills. But this is all from the 2500 scale model. So I cut the pylons and I cut those flares off the sides, and I added some pieces there on the side to lift it, and I bent it and curved it more inwards so it's not so flat. Right, so I'll make a little shuttle bay door for the back there. Yeah, so there's no parts from the TOS Enterprise. It's all Enterprise D. And there's my top piece here, so that's going to be another shuttle bay. So similar to the D here, right? That's going there, and there's my bridge. So yeah, I'm just trying to. Here's my original idea right here. So there's some of my original drawings, right? So I'm trying to do something like that. I'm not sure what I'll do for the impulse engines yet. I'll figure that out, but yeah, trying to get this right now is what I'm working on. And yeah, so I still got a decision to make if these are going to go up on an angle like Kirk's Enterprise, or if they're going to go up on a 90-degree angle, sort of like what you see on the Excelsior, right? I didn't want to use the ones from the kit because they're too small. They don't curve up high enough, and they curve forward, and I don't want that forward curve. I want them to be sort of square. Yeah, it's not gonna. That's my idea, anyways, right? As I said, I wasn't able to figure out a way to get that scooped up part, so it's just gonna be like that. That's fine. I'm fine. I can live with that. I'm fine with that. I'm good. 9 viewers. Fine with 9. Come on. Get over there. Pieces of paper. All right. So that's pretty secure. Got this cleaned off. Captain Charlemagne, Jeff says, I think the Excelsior style would look better compared to the TOS Enterprise, but ultimately it's up to you. I was kind of leaning towards that style as well. One reason, it'd be easier to do. I don't know. See, so I've got this cut so far, and I've got this piece here, and I have another piece like this somewhere that goes over here to make this rigid. This is like really floppy, right? So the idea is that it's going to go in like that, and it's going to get bent up, but I can bend it up like that, or it would be easier for me to just bend it up like that and have it on an angle than to make that 90-degree joint right there. But I don't know, because I like both. I like the way it looks in both pictures. Like they both kind of work. So I don't know. I'm gonna try that too. I'll try to get a chiller grill strip in there. Okay, so Mark set is micro sol and micro set in one. All right. I think that stuff's just distilled vinegar, anyways. Like you can just use vinegar, man. That's what I think. And I've heard other people say that it's basically vinegar with a couple other things added to it. Okay. So get a little bit of length off of there. Here. Right. He says yes to Alec, agreeing with the assessment of the Mark set. Mark fit and set. Point match and set. 11. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll make the other strip and I'll attach it on this side, and then I'll just kind of undercut that. So Keith says, be careful. The one he has is super strong and it may dissolve some decals. Yeah, I could see that. Especially maybe older ones that are like brittle. You know, they dry out. So the way this plastic is, so when you try to sand it, you always end up with little fibers of it. It doesn't want to get smooth after it's been cut. You gotta kind of try to get the burrs off the edge. Burrs. All right, where's the rest of my strip? Right there. Okay, so let's get this for a marker. So now I'm going to try to do another piece. Right like that. Just leave a little bit more than I need. This stuff is tough. Stuff is tough. So this one's a little bit deeper than the other bit. So I'm going to need to bend that a little more drastically. So I can just get in there with my nail. Not going to bother try warming it up because that just sort of warps it. Sort of working it with my fingertips sort of loosens it up and makes it a little bit malleable. Any flat coats you'd recommend I'd use that won't react to solution? That's a question for you, Keith, or somebody else on here that knows what they're doing when it comes to paint. If you're asking me, Alec, you're asking the wrong guy because I'm not good at painting. And I don't know. Do I recommend any flat coats? Whichever one is closest to your hands that you can grab. Really, the cheapest one. I recommend the cheapest one. Yeah, I don't have the experience yet to be recommending anything to anybody, except of course the fret leveling beam because it's a very useful tool. I recommend one of those. And they're only about $25. 20 $25, $15. Sometimes you can get one for $12.95. Depends where you look. If you go to any website that's associated with guitar anything, it's going to be $50 for a fret leveling beam. But if you just go to a regular place, oh, see, now that I bent it too much and it bent on the line right there, which I don't like. Wonder if I can get better results if I use this. There you go. Keith recommends testing it on a sacrificial piece of something that you've painted, I guess, already. Sorry I'm so boring, guys. I'm just trying to figure out how to do this. Okay, I'm gonna have to remove that bent off part. All right, there we go. Close enough. Go with a little bead of glue there. Oh, it looks like I didn't. That's no good. There's going to be a gap there. I'm using a dry brush to add dust to my Zero and Apache right now. Oh, cool. With some weathering effects. I don't know. Maybe I can just get away with some putty, or maybe I'll get away with what happened to the piece I just snipped off of there. Right here. This one. Yes. All right, I'm going to see if I can get a little bit off of there. Let me see, we'll go 2 ridges. Oh, cleaning off the dust. Okay, sorry, buddy. I thought you meant applying, like weathering, like dust. Okay. I've made a patch. Let's see if I can patch that. Hey, there's Blair from EA Structures. How you doing, Blair? Thanks for stopping by. Blair says, nice work. Do you want to see what I'm doing? I'm making this, or I'm trying to make this. So I have the Enterprise D model, the 2500 scale Enterprise D. Then I am attempting to make it into an original series era Enterprise D. Blair says slick. Thanks, Blair. So right now, I'm working on this nacelle that I have stripped right down and smoothed out. So I've cut the end off. I tried to make that tip with the ridges, but as you can see, they didn't turn out too great. So I chopped it and I'm making it out of the lenticular plastic with the little ridges. It's nice, even, nice and smooth. So right now I'm trying to patch this little gap right here. Gonna have a gap, which I'm not fancy about. So I need to trim it. Nice and square. And I need to add a little bit of glue. The tiniest amount of glue. I need to find my tweezers. And I've got a little patch. All right. So that just cements it in there. Do the same thing here. So I'll add a bead of glue along the seam. I can just shovel it in there. So that just kind of reinforces my joint. When you get to be my age, reinforced joints are important. Okay, now let's see. So now I got to take a bit off of this side. Blair says, I love how you do these original builds and just give her. Sweet, man. Thanks, Blair. I kind of got sidetracked from my Cardassian ship mod there. I was looking for something to work on last week for the live stream for Sunday night stream. I decided to get this one out. I've been thinking about doing this for a while. I also want to do the Enterprise in like mid refit. You know what I mean? So I want to get an original Enterprise, probably 1000 scale models, because you can easily find the two models in the same scale, right? The Enterprise and the refit. So like midway through the refit, right? You got some panels removed. Maybe the bridge is out and the new one's coming in. You know what I mean? Maybe you have one new nacelle and one old nacelle, right? You got some panels off here and there. You can see the old Enterprise panels, and then you can see the refit panels on some of it. You know, maybe you see the old dish being taken away and then the new deflector with the lights coming in. Those little worker bees with the diorama. It's quite the ambitious idea. I don't know if I'd be able to pull it off, but it would be cool if I could. It would be something cool to look at. Where's my chisel? There it is. I need to chisel this down. Because this stuff is tough and hard to cut. And when I sand it, it tends to get fibery. It's not like regular styrene. Some other kind of weird plastic. Okay, so that's not awful. Oh. Once it's glued together, it'll be a little better. There's no more locator pins, so it wants to slip off all the time. Get on there. I don't know if I like that gap there. What's blocking me? Okay, so that's a little bit large still. Try it this way. How are my freaking ear holes? Okay. So give it a little filing job. That's actually much better. Hardly a gap. No gap. Let's see. Jeff says, to my understanding, the original series Enterprise was stripped down to very hull frames, and a new ship was built and modified around it. Yeah, but if I build a model, I'm not gonna build the whole space frame. and stuff like that. I'll just, sort of show. You can't really depict it in that way. So you got to use your imagination a little bit and imagine it sort of in the middle of getting this refit. Okay, so what I gotta do now, what I need to do, take a little piece of tape here. I'm just gonna secure that in its position, like so, like this. Yeah, if I do a project like that, I just want a model that looks cool and fun. I'm not concerned with Canon and accuracy. Doesn't matter to me. I'm just trying to have a little fun with starships. That's all. Come on, get up. There we go. There we go. Agora Zero desperately needed dusting. Desperately needed dusting, dude. It was starting to look like it was forgotten in some old abandoned hangar or something with how heavy she was coated in dust. Okay, so here's my bottom. Look at my bottom. So we're going to come around like this. So I'm starting at my top seam. There you go. That's a cool idea, Alec. Get some use out of that. Have a little cool diorama of your zero, whatever a zero is. Is that a ship or a plane or a boat or something? What's a zero? I know the Apache's a helicopter. I know that. I know that much. All right. Let's give this a trim. Be very, very quiet. I'm cutting plastic. Like it's not easy to cut this stuff, even with this thing. You gotta apply some pressure. Oh, cool, Jeff. Found and got the conversion kit for the 350 scale NX01. Wondering if I should name it Enterprise or name it after one of those other NX class or create a new one. Whatever, man. Whatever you feel. Did you complete your small model of the NX01 refit that you were doing? Just wondering about that. I haven't seen any video updates of it for a bit. Okay, so it's a World War II Japanese fighter famous for its kamikaze role in the end of the war and for its earlier versions on the roll attack in Pearl Harbor. All right, that's what it is. What is it? A 0. Excellent. Excellent. Let me see if I can get this shaped a little bit. Probably be easier if I took it off of here now. Yeah. Avenger. That's it. Yes, I did finish Avenger. I keep meaning to upload the video. Just the lights were kind of underwhelming. But we'll make the final video for her while on vacation in October. Cool, man. Awesome. Look forward to seeing that. If anyone's interested, go check out Captain Charlemagne's channel. He saw my refit model of the NX01, and that inspired him to try his own version. And I liked what he was doing. It was looking pretty cool. So yeah, that's my refit. My lights are underwhelming as well. Yeah, Jeff's model looked pretty cool. Had some cool details on the front deflector dish, like the little extra antennas you get there. And I was going with a custom decal scheme. Just gonna mute for a second. Okay. See, you gotta like screw around with this stuff. It's pain. It's a pain sometimes. My little sliver that I put in there popped out. Alex says just subscribe to Captain Charlemagne. That's cool. That's what I like about these live streams. I've found a lot of new channels to watch just by interacting with the other viewers of the HTM live streams. So a lot of the people that join in the chat and watch those have their own channels. And whenever I see an interesting one come up, or if somebody says they have a channel and they make models and they make videos, I always check it out. Always looking to find new builders to watch on YouTube, new model makers. I like seeing people's take on stuff. There we go. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I'll have to repatch that little part there. We'll get some curl over from the from grinding it. Let me just get rid of that. Jeff says, funny enough, the NX class has popped up on my channel more than some other models. I think just might make the 1350 NX refit the flagship of the channel when she is constructed. Cool, yeah. My buddy Alec here, Jacoby's Models, he's working on a big NX01 coming up sometime as well. Interested to see his take on it. If he goes for something unique or if just goes for the TV look. Alec, do they have the refit conversion kit that you can print for the one that you're printing as well? So Alec's making a 3D printed version of his. Jeff says, I think I first found out about me and then Andrew's channel. Yeah, Andrew's pretty cool, eh? He does pretty fantastic stuff over there. Unfortunately, I didn't figure out how to use the redirect feature. So when Andrew starts streaming, you guys will have to manually head over to Canadian Starships and check out Andrew's work on the Enterprise D, the second Enterprise D. I was fortunate enough to see it in person at Wonderfest. Lucky enough to meet Andrew. I got to watch him just trying to do some finishing touches on it up in the hotel there. Hey, there's Dawn. Dawn's here. Misadventures in Scale Models. How's it going, Dawn? Nice to see you here. Thanks for tuning in. Keith saying hi to Dawn. Alex saying hi to Dawn. I say hi to Dawn. Hi, Dawn. Dawn says howdy, y'all. Howdy, partner. All right, let's see. So that's not bad. So I'll have to come up with something for the back there for that little ball part. Glad to be able to watch you for a change. That's why I'm trying a little earlier today, Don. That's the reason I started at 6. I want some of my friends to be able to tune in because it's usually too late for everybody else. All right, so another detail that we need is, let me see, we need the little, they got the little square, sort of a little grill thing, right? So if I do add it now, I'll have to just attach it to this one part here because it's going to go over that seam. I don't want that. Is it on both sides? Is that on both sides? I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. Instead of messing around trying to find pictures, I got this. Massive thing. So here's one of the massive Orkney cells for the 350 scale. Hey, there's Andrew right there. Speaking of Andrew, there's Andrew. Okay, so I've got this. It shows me 2 dots right here. Okay, so we got a sprue here. And it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And that corresponds with the dot right there. We got dots on that side, so those are on both sides. Okay. So on here, it's like so we got these sort of zigzaggy ones. And we got these lenticular line ones here, so it's these. I need 4 of them. Well, only 2 for this one, but I will need 4 of them. How you doing, Andrew? Good to see you here tonight. I was just saying to the chat that I didn't figure out how to set up the redirect feature, so people are gonna have to manually switch over to Canadian Starships. Yes, Jeff. Alec does have a channel. Jacoby's Models or Jacoby's Models. I don't know if he has any videos on the NX-01 yet. You joined our Discord, didn't you, Jeff? Alex on there too. You can ask him through there. But I don't think he's started on it yet. He's just still in the process of printing it. And Alex got a bunch of other models on the go. All right. So that might be... If I make them out of that... Yeah, I guess I could still... They should be smaller ridges. It should be a lot more delicate. But I don't have smaller... Oh, Andrew's canceling. That's too bad. Andrew says, I'm actually going to have to cancel for tonight and spend some time outside. Oh no, allergies kicked in with a vengeance. I'm not sure blowing my nose every few minutes would make great content. Well, you just work on mute. Work on mute. So that means I don't have to really worry about wrapping it up at 6. Or I'm sorry, at 9. I started at 6. I do, you know what? My wallet has the same stuff. And it's much smaller. It's very, very fine. But it's so fine, can you even see the lines? I need a new wallet anyways. I could cut a piece of this out of here. No problem at all. Alex says, wait, you're wrapping up in under 1.5 hours? Well, I don't know. My plan was to go from 6 until 9 to make way for Andrew's stream. If I finish a little after 9 or a little before 9, that's fine. You know what I need is a little bit of... Let's just grab a little... ta-da, ta-da-da-da-da. Ta-da, ta-da-da-da. Let's get a little bit of paint. And I'm just going to paint that a little bit just to test whether the lines will even show up. Because if the lines don't show up, then there's no point in doing that. But if the lines show up and you can see them, this paint's pretty thick. So I'm just going to put a little paint here. Yeah, painting my wallet. That actually looks pretty good. This paint's a little too thick. It's been sitting around for a while. I just grabbed whichever one was close by. Hey, Darth Trent's here. How's it going, Trent? Nice to see you dropping by. So, I don't know. Is it worth it? Can you even see that that has ridges in it? You can only see it when it reflects. I suppose you could pin wash it to make them show up a little better. Jeff's gonna have to take off up early tomorrow for work. Looking forward to seeing how your TOS Galaxy comes together in the future, Jody. Catch you all later. Thank you, Jeff, for tuning in, checking me out, and watching. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been on this one for about a week, so a few more days. I don't know. I'm not really making a video series on it. It's pretty much just a live streaming project. But you'll see it. I'll put together like a little slideshow video when I'm done. I've taken a lot of pictures, and I can take some clips from the live streams, sort of edit them into a little like a little highlight video maybe to see where that goes. Okay, so I'm just gonna use. So yeah, have a good night, Jeff. Thanks for coming by, man. Appreciate that. Just gonna use this one. We'll go. So these are gonna be small. Everyone saying goodbye to Jeff. Later, Jeff. All right. So I'm just going to use my chisel here. We'll go this big. You know what? I'm going to put the tape back on. But I'll put it down here so I got room to put my little details on. Every time I pick this thing up, it just flops apart because I don't have the locator pins anymore. Well, there's one right there, but that's it. The rest have gone away. So that's about there. Okay, so I'll see if I can maybe this. I don't know if you guys can hear all that banging and smashing, but that's the guy upstairs. The guy who has no feet just stomps around on his ankle bones up there. At least that's what I think, anyway. That's what it sounds like. All right, slight little bend. Just a little bit. I like it like that. Okay, right like that. Got two of those. Stupid giant fingers. There's somebody like me with these big, huge fingers trying to do all this tiny stuff. Guess it would be a lot easier to work on this one. But this one deserves the utmost skill and care and attention. Andrew says, I hate canceling, but I'd be blowing my nose more than talking or modeling. We also have a family wedding next week, so no stream next week either. Well, everyone's going to be missing you, buddy. I'll have to fill your time. I'll do my best. I can't fill your shoes, but I can fill your time anyway. So maybe next Saturday I'll take the regular 9 o'clock spot. If you're not going to be there, give somebody at least something to kill their time with. Okay, so I want this only on the bottom half because I probably shouldn't even put this on already, but I want to. I want to see how it's going to look. So right there, like this. And right there, like that. The donut bar will only just be opening by the time I'm normally going live. So they can have a donut bar at the wedding? That's pretty cool. That sounds like fun. Unless donut bar or something else. I don't know. I've heard of that. People have cool stuff at their weddings like that. So now it looks like I have to slip this in to its position. That's actually better because that now I can work with this. It's not, look at that. Look what I've achieved. I've turned it into a snap kit. I cannot believe it. Oh, no! I caught it with my lap. Okay, get this in there. Oh. Still just a little. There we go. I was going to say it's a little tight, but it's not. It's actually a perfect fit. Yes, Andrew, it's a modified Galaxy nacelle. So there's my I had to carve this little Bussard collector out of some stacked up pieces of clear plastic. I've got the sides filled in. I just completed that back fin right there. I think I'll fill these in. You know what I think this is? I think this is the 24th century equivalent to these cooler pipes here. That's what I think that's supposed to be. I don't know. Let me know if I'm right, Andrew. Because you don't get these, but you get that. Right? Technology progresses and advances. You no longer need external cooling pipes. Everything's cooled inside. Hey, Ricardo. Shark's here. Hey, Jody and everyone in chat. How you doing, Shark? Good to have you here. All your buddies are saying hi. So yeah, Andrew, this is a modified Galaxy nacelle because you may have missed it, but here's the rest of my 2500 Enterprise D. So that's going to be my pylons. So I've cut off that, the flared out sides. I squeezed it inwards, rounded it a bit more on the top and bottom. I smoothed out the whole thing. All the surface details and panel lines have been removed. I got my 4 windows there. Right, my old school windows. So I added this bunch of plastic strips here to the outside so I could get that beveled edge. Got that beveled rim. That goes there. So yeah, I'm making an original series era Galaxy class Enterprise. Something like that. So I'm trying to make this. Am I getting close? Looks like I'm getting there. Well, that's gonna go here. inside there. You can get a look at the profile. Something like that. Just up a little bit more. There we go. Something like that. And then I got my replacement top part here. So that's going on there. It's got its own shuttle bay, sort of like the D. You see the door there. Yeah, it will kind of look like the Ambassador, but with an oval saucer. A little bit. And there's my bridge, which is a piece from the Excelsior kit from the shuttle bay. So I got my little sort of lounge window or recreation area there. All the bottom window holes have been filled in and smoothed out. You can still see it because it's clear. But those are all filled in. It's nice and smooth. So yeah. Right now, trying to figure this out. So now what I need to do are these. Got to do these details. I should do those details last because I also got to do this detail. So in my drawing, if we consult my drawing, I've kind of created sort of a blend of what the Enterprise D has, just not wrapping all the way around, right? So I could cut a thin section. It doesn't have to look like this. I'd like it to. I'd like it to. Very much. Okay, let me see. Look at my picture here. So or back a little. So that starts really far. Oh. That starts quite a way back from the thing there. So I'm gonna say it's around where this starts. No arms or human extremities this time, Jody. Still can't believe that one of your concepts was thought to have human limbs. Yeah, by so yeah, sometimes I take my drawings and I'll put my drawings into the editing program and just let the AI have a little bit of fun with it. Which side will I use? That side feels really nice and smooth. Actually, both sides feel really nice and smooth. This one has a better seam. It's coming together real nicely right there. So I'm going to do this as my inside. So we'll do this. that. And I think I'll just go right along the line I already have. Right up to here. So that's going to come out. I don't have to cut this. I just got to remove the white part that I added to fill that in. And we'll have something that looks like this. And then I got to make the little, they got the little pipe that goes over it. It's like a shower bar handle. All right. Get that right out of there. That's kind of cool how that locks in now. A little fortunate side effect. Get over there. I was going to catch up on chat, but there's no new chat. New chat. Mesmerized by watching you work. Thanks, Ricardo. I am also mesmerized by watching myself. Oh wait, I'm confusing mesmerized with confusing. So confusing. Try not to stab myself in the hand, even though it's fun. So I'm just kind of cutting into the corner. And I'll just lean my file over into the curvy part. Ow. Stab my knuckle. Not much there to file into. Oh yeah. I have to slide this on every time now. Which is kind of okay. There. Get my triangle here, which is just about the right width to get in here. Sort of even that out. There, what do we think? Not too bad. Right, so I'm gonna use another piece of this. Oh, not that. This, but not this one. Because, oh wait, maybe they do go this way. Actually, actually, I think I can do it this way. Yes. Actually, I think that'll go work. Right, just right like that. Yeah. Okay, so just want to try to get a little bit more of this. What is such movement I detect out of my peripheral vision? Perhaps a new comment? We, the people on chat, approve. All right. Thumbs up. Thanks, Ricardo. Ricardo likes it. So, what else do we approve of this going in with the lines vertical? Or should I cut a new piece with the lines this way? I think they're vertical, man. if you look at this one, got vertical bars in there. And you know what? I can actually try to find the. Yeah. Let's see. Got flat pieces. Got clear bits. Clear bits go in there. Well, I know it's not lit. At least it's not supposed to be. Should get that handy because I need to emulate that. So I gotta make one for here. Oh, there goes my bridge. Just trying to see what. So I believe we have an option for a clear grill there. These ones? Oh yeah, okay, because they're separate. Separate pieces. What's going on here? You know what? It can just be the way I think it should be. Let's not worry about how it's supposed to look because we don't know. Good thing I didn't break that. I just ran over it with my chair. My coffee's cold. Coffee. Sweet. Cold. Ugh. Okay, I think I can just do I'm gonna do it with them vertical because I already have the piece cut. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take a piece of tape, down like that, burnish it with my moose antler tool here. Get a nice fresh sharp one. All right, I kind of have a template here. Good enough that I can use it. Just got to try to have this square at least as straight as I can. Okay, it's kind of ugly right now, but that's all right. Needs to be a little bit bigger than my shape. All right, got our wine bottle with a really long neck. So I want it a little bigger than it needs to be, but I don't want it too big because then I'll have to bend it inside there, which won't be easy. Unless I somehow mount it to the outside, which I believe will be even less easy. There's still 10 of you sticking it out with me. I appreciate all of you for being here. Thanks, you guys. Where'd it go? There it goes. So we all know that the original Enterprise did not have blue lights on the chiller grills. This one's gonna. Because I like the way it looks when they're lit up. Looks cool, so gonna do it. Gonna do it. It's like on this one here, when you do the refit, you're supposed to put the little they give you some extra caps that are supposed to go on the sides here when you make this into the refit, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted them all lit up. I like them better lit up like that. Nicer. It's nicer. That part there was very hard to make. On my way to the gym. Going to the gym. Go hit the gym. Feel the burn. there. For at leveling beam. There. Don't really need to worry about the edges of it too much. That's really thick. I remember having this problem when I did my other Enterprise D exploding over Viridian 3. It was really way too far inset in there. Don't want it that far in. So I'm gonna have to get this profile perfectly. I'm gonna have to perfectly produce the profile. Okay, this got to cut off right there. There. Okay, so I need to get a little bit more room here. Just kind of get that squared a little better. Okay, so I'm going to take one ridge off the end of it. Okay, that's pretty good. Just trying to get that little shoulder there. Don't see what I need for it to fit in here. All right, so need a little more of this taken down. Not sure if he's still here, Ricardo. He said he was going to the gym. Hello. What's going on?
Not much. I always asked to come up and drop some money on our beer.
Oh, Mary's in the room there, bud.
Okay. You still on?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. That's Cameron. That guy from the chat, whose name no one can say. That's my brother-in-law. One of my brother-in-laws. He has a twin. So I'm pretty fortunate to have two cool brother-in-laws that are close to my age. Right there. Let's see if I can get just a little more out of here. Somebody dial 911. Oh, never mind. It's all good. We don't need it. Shark saying hello to, we saying hello to Cameron? That's cool. A guest appearance. I had a guest appearance. There, that's not bad. So I want to bend this. Oh, Alex back from the gym. Ricardo, I had a question for you. Alec, how was your job interview? With the theater. Dang it. It deformed a little bit when I bent it. That's okay. So this should fit into there. Where the hell did it go?
Hang on. Hang on.
Just freaking disappeared on me. Seriously?
Okay. See you later, Jude.
Take it easy, Cam.
Well, I'll see you on street.
You're going back to continue watching?
Oh, yes. For sure.
All right. Rewind it and see if you can figure out what happened to that little thing I just had.
Oh, no. bounced away.
It bounced away. It flicked off the end of my finger. Oh man. If I have to make that again, I'm gonna be pissed. Oh, there it is.
Found it.
Found it.
Nice. Oh, that's the
Found
the
it.
Little, like the other one that you made, the small one to fill the hole.
Yeah, my
Oh.
chiller grill.
Nice.
That's so chill.
Angry.
That's right, Buck. Or the wise words of our friend Buck. It's over there. It was over there. Oh, I went to put it down and it like flicked off the end of my finger and then went flying. The old flick and fly. Flick, flack, and fly. Just dig that out a little flatter. There we go. There we go. So I can put this in and then try to mask it, I guess. I wonder if I should paint it blue. No, I'll just put blue lights. Blue lights. Yeah, I'm going to glue it in because if I don't glue it in now, it's going to be weird. Todd's here. Hello and good evening, all. Good evening, Todd. Thanks for dropping by. Good to see you. All right. Ooh, some kind of dog ruckus going on outside. Come on. Just gotta hold it with the meat clamps for a second. So I sort of want it just slightly inset. Ever so slightly. Like right there. Okay. So that's gotta go underneath my little hooks there. All right, so it looks like I gotta take a lot out of there. Really? Well, that's no good. I didn't make that small enough. Okay. remove a little bit more from here. Ow. Take some off of this. And take a little off of here. Yeah, let's see if that's a little bit better of a fit. Still just a little. So just trim it a touch more. This side, I guess.
Sorry.
It's okay, man.
There's me trying to be quiet. Fuck's sake.
No worries.
It's like a fucking baby elephant.
Baby elephants are the cutest. Okay, I'll try to give this a little bit of a bend again. A little bit of a bend again. Bend again. I should try these ones. Get a better grip and it's more square. There we go. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So you can see the sort of profile I just made there. We're almost there. We're almost there. Who goes there? There's someone prowling around here. Mission failed. You were spotted by the guards. Alex playing some kind of stealth game in his head on my background stream. A knockout dart to the neck. Whoa. Don't want to accidentally cut it where I don't want to cut it on purpose. I almost did. It's really hard to trim just a tiny amount off this stuff. Ow! Be careful with these files, you slip off the end. And then you stab yourself in the knuckle. Dusted my knuckles. Oh my god, a comment! When you said almost there, I thought of Red Leader in Trench Run when they attacked the Death Star in episode 4. Was Red Leader was almost there? Yeah, I gotta figure out a better hello. Hello. Gotta figure out a better mount. Mount for my camera. Okay, take 2. Let's try this again. What do we do? Oh yeah, wait. I still need to get a little bit more. Jeez. Just gotta get a little bit more of this out of here. Plus the glue that I already used has to come off. So I'm just gonna put one little dot for now. There and there. I'll just temporarily place it. Shot didn't go in, just impacted on the surface. Oh man, such a Star Wars nerd. Yeah, you're not the only one around here, buddy. Everybody likes Star Wars. Well, not everybody likes Star Wars, but people that do like it a lot. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so I see that I've got a small gap. So I can take just a smidge, just the smidgiest of smidges. Oh, that's like a smidge and a half. Oh, well, I'll have to. Smidge and a half is like almost a tad. Jeez. So it's right there. Okay. Let's give it a little test fit on this side. I can take this corner down just a bit. All right, let's go for this again. Want to build one of that ship. Need a model of the NCC 82893. Which one is that? Got a name? Got a ship name? Sagan class. Oh, the Stargazer. Yeah, that's a cool one. That shouldn't keep bending. It's trimmed. There. Just had to hold that for a second. Now I've got glue all up in my grill. Glue up in my grill, man. Come on. Okay, I can scrape it out of there. Still too big? Really? I don't know if I'll be able to file it while it's in here. It's probably just gonna snap right out. But we'll give it a shot. I assure you that doesn't sound great here either. See, I'd be able to trim this if I didn't already have this detail in the way. What I added, which you shot at.
Stop. That's what they do. You're gonna freeze your ass off that way.
Keith, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming over, checking it out. I appreciate it. You enjoyed it? Well, I'm glad. I'm glad I could entertain you for a couple hours for the day. Times it. It's almost 9 anyways. I think I'm going to be wrapping it up pretty soon. Oh, look at that. Just in time to see it fit. Almost. Still a little thick right there. So, yeah, Keith, thank you for coming by and watching. I'll be looking forward to see your next live on Tuesday. You're starting one of those Lego kits. Not sure which one you're going to start, but it's going to be fun to watch anyways. So we'll see you then. We'll see you in the chat on Tuesday, buddy. Probably see you Monday in Donnie's chat. Donnie asked me to be his backup again for Monday for his Orville build live stream, Orville live stream build. So I'll join Donnie on Monday, help him out with that. Maybe I'll even come up with some more questions. I got a little bit of time to prepare this time. There's not really much left I can quiz you on about the Orville, but maybe I can find something else, some other sci-fi related trivia that we can use. Todd says, keep an eye on the Discord DMs, Keith. That's right. He's sliding in there. He's sliding in your DMs, man. Keep an eye out. Todd likes to slide into your DMs. Todd assisting Keith with his projects and his channel, his thumbnails and his logos and that. It's so hard to file this stuff. It's just so resistant. I'm sure it sounds amazing. Amazing. Click. Just like it was meant to be. Just look at that. Where's the... Do I have a... Eh? That's gonna work. Picture that being blue. All blue up in there. Almost looks blue. Just on here. Come on, man. Still pushing a little bit there, but I can fill that. I can just fix that with a little bit of putty. Down here too. Actually, down there. It like almost focuses and then it's like, fuck you. Maybe I just have this too close. Yeah. Yeah. Cam says, nice fit. Good work. And he says, yeah, put your palm behind it. Todd says, put your palm behind it. Focuses better. Yeah, it almost does, but it was trying. So I gotta fill the whole screen. There we go. The extra light doesn't help either. Sort of washing it out. So I got a little bit of glue. Oh, there we go. Don't move. Don't fucking move. Got a little bit of glue on the a little bit of glue there on that edge, but I can clean that up. Oh my god. Anyways, I got my undercut thing. So I just made that out of a piece of the plastic there. Scratch made that. I tried carving it out of the piece that was there already, but it didn't turn out great. As you can see, I wasn't able to get those lines nice and straight, and like the way that this curls down like that, once I had cut it off, it looks weird. It looks like a toenail, and I didn't like the toenail, so on with that. I just sort of wrapped a tube of it around the end, and then I undercut that bit right there. I've got my Boussard piece right there. Oh yeah, look at that. So once that's red, that's gonna look really cool. That's gonna work pretty well once it's painted red. You can barely see the line in there. This is two pieces stacked up and sort of glued together. Pieces of this stuff here. Where's the one I haven't carved yet? There we go. So this is the one I haven't rounded over yet. You can kind of see the seam in between the pieces, but whatever. Once it's red, it's so small, you're not going to notice that much anyways. It's not that big of a deal. So it's 9 o'clock, even though Andrew said he was taking the night off. I still need to take a break and maybe get something to eat. Maybe I'll come back on in an hour or half an hour if nobody else is doing anything. Let me know in the comments. If I get 10 people comment that say that they'll come back and watch if I come back on, then I'll do it. So let me get 10 comments. Give me 10 votes and I'll come back in an hour after I have a little break, have some dinner, take my dog out. Todd says, I'm here for you. Cameron will come back. There's two. Working on it. Todd will be back. Cameron will be back. You know, Todd, I could use a producer if you're not going to be busy later. If you're just going to be bored, it's a lot more interesting to watch when there's somebody else to. Mary's here. Hi, Mary. Mary has no choice. She's in the same room with me. She has to watch. Oh, no, you don't have to be in the same room, but if you're in another room, you're still watching anyways. I know you do. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people. 2 of them are right here in the same building with me. One's my wife, the other one's my brother-in-law. But you know what? I'll probably come back on in an hour or so. Let's got to take a break. I've been sitting here for a while. My back and my butt's getting sore. I need to get some food. I don't want to get hangry. I got hangry and frustrated last night. So let me take a break. I'll come back. If I'm here, I'm here. You guys can tune in. And if not, then I'm not. But thanks to everyone dropping like flies here, down from 13 to 9. Everyone's taking off. Todd saying don't pull a Jordan. You mean not coming back? I'll come back. Okay, see you soonish.
I'll make sure he comes back.
Mary said she'll make sure I come back. Yeah, I just got to get a little supper and have a little break, stretch my legs, and get my butt off this chair for a little bit, and give my brain a little wash. Rinse my brain. Okay, guys, I'll come back in, what time is it now? 9 o'clock. I'll put a notice on Discord before I come back. Should I? Building hangry. Oh yeah, building hangry. Don't pull a Jordan. Yeah, well, you get distracted, and you get frustrated, and you start to not care about what you're doing, and you're only thinking about having some food. Okay, this is going to be sitting here on the table. I'll be back in like half an hour. Should I leave the stream running? No. Should I leave it running, Todd, or should I just start a new one in like half an hour? I don't know. Start a new one? Okay, I'll start a new one. Okay, guys, we'll see you in a little bit. And stream. Give it the